did Sam Bankman-Fried ruin cryptocurrency for everyone? Crypto advocates are trying anything they can to distance themselves from FTX's fall from grace and save what's left of the crypto industry. Lawmakers still very much out for blood, as they have been even in the best of times. Reps from both sides of the aisle today had choice words about what could come next for crypto.
The idea that cryptocurrency can be a solution for financial inclusion is not only laughable, it's dangerous, Mr. Ray. These quick rich kind of ads and targeting my residents, it is predatory. And quote my friend Senator Warren, it's
we have an obligation to do everything in our power to ensure this never happens again.
So will the biggest reaction to the FTX mess be industry-killing regulation? Joining me now to discuss, Chief Bitcoin historian on CoinGeek, Kurt Wuckert Jr. is back. So, Kurt, welcome back. From your perspective, what is the potential fallout here in terms of regulation?
Well, regulators like to do one thing, and that is certainly regulate. But like I said last time, though, the stuff that happened here is crystal clear law breaking. Yes. And so treating FTX like there's some kind of animal in business that has never existed before still just strikes me as really bizarre. Just reclassify FTX as to what they are, which is essentially an illegal banking operation that is running a gigantic Ponzi scheme or casino or whatever you want to call it. There's already a lot of laws on the books that can be very easily pointed toward Sam and his cohorts and ultimately tighten this up. I don't think we need some new Bureau of Regulatory people. We don't need another 1,000 federal employees just to do the same thing they'd be doing with other investment companies around the economy.
All right, so he was obviously a very high-profile person who bought access and privilege in Washington. Was there resentment from your community having just one guy there with one voice crafting his own legislation in Congress?
It is weird. So Sam really did kind of pop out of nowhere about 2 years ago. I had never heard of him, and I've been around for 10 years, and I know a lot of people that do a lot of things in the space. And then he didn't just show up. He showed up as this billionaire who goes out and hops on stage with Bill Clinton and Tony Blair, and he's on the cover of Forbes, and he's going to be the next Warren Buffett. And a lot of people I know were saying, did you know him? Where did he come from? And then all of a sudden, he's talking about regulation, and he's going to change the world, and he's going to give all his money away, and he's a vegan. And so he kind of comes across as something like a PR agency made something out of clay that looks exactly like a mole to make the industry look goofy. And then, well, obviously now he's made basically everybody in the entire blockchain economy very suspect to mainstream observers. And I don't know, the whole thing just really stinks. And then the fact that it took 30 days or more for him to be arrested, all of it's goofy.
Yeah, and the fact that we're talking about $32 billion. So, you've got a lot of smart people that he interfaced with, people who have been burned by fraudsters in the past. How did he get into places like Sequoia? Is it jargon?
Well, he's a rich kid, first of all. Sam dresses like he's 15 years old and just rolled out of bed, but he's 30 years old, and he's the son of some very powerful and well-connected people. And so it's the kind of thing where you can say, hey, Dad, didn't you have a friend at Sequoia? And if the answer is yes or maybe, then I think Sam probably just tugged on that thread. It's really the only thing that makes any sense to me, frankly. Now, he doesn't strike me as a particularly good salesman. He's not a particularly good speaker. He doesn't even really inspire much confidence if you sit and listen to him talk about much of anything. So the only thing that makes sense there is sort of old family ties and really kind of painting him as something that he isn't. And it almost feels like he's a kind of a patsy or something. I don't want to get conspiratorial, but
go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how to walk into Sequoia and ask for $1 billion.
Yeah, you know a lot. You have a lot of information in your head, and what sets you apart from Sam is you probably read about stuff. You probably do more research. So, it's one thing to get in the door. A lot of people can gain access, but, making it through those multiple levels and securing people's confidence. That's what a con man is, and that's what he did. And I tend to agree that, yes, this is garden variety fraud, for which there are a number of laws and statutes on the books through which he can be prosecuted. But the question is, for people who want decentralized currency, how long will it take to get back to a place of trust?
Well, that's the unfortunate thing on the altar here that's being sacrificed, is we actually have really great technology that allows for low friction global payments and for increased data integrity. And in fact, the tools to stop the sort of fraud that Sam has committed have existed for almost 15 years in the Bitcoin space. And the fact that somebody like Sam was able to get this many people to trust him and then use celebrities to advertise and then take in all of these billions of dollars, it really just speaks to the fact that people don't understand what the technology is. They don't know what it's for. And the fact that it was used as a sort of Ponzi scheme and a giant grift.
So easily.
That's a big black eye, and it really stinks. It's very unfortunate.
Yeah, well, Sam, go eat some cheese. Kurt, thanks so much for your time. I appreciate it.
Thanks, Kennedy.